From Baton Rouge, I guess, Miss Dodie, good morning. State Representative Dodie Horton, are you in the capital city or did you make it home for a day?
No, sir. I am still here in the capital city.
Okay, so
having a ball, aren't you?
Yeah. The action the fun never stops. The special session resumes today, and I'm reading a lot the last couple of days, specifically yesterday, that it was not only the Democrats that caused any part of a potential deal to unravel, but specifically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but specifically the Black Democratic caucus who were demanding an income tax increase, and that's where everything came off the rails. Is that true? Is that the real story?
That is true. Now, you got to remember, I personally didn't make a deal. I don't know. I think that leadership had gotten together just to discuss what possibly could pass. Our speaker said just if anything does that raises revenue, we want reform measures tied to it. Now, this is one thing that blows my mind after talking to fiscal staff. Because of federal tax reform, we are at a lowball number. We'll have an increase of revenue at $305 million. With the rise in oil and gas, the price of oil be a lowball number. We could get $40 million, could be up to $60 million.
So we may not even have a deficit.
Well, listen, and we still have $156 million that the REC recognized an improvement that you could put towards our push payment, spend in a certain way, but that's still $156 million we don't have to come up with. So roughly about $498 million we start the session out with without passing a thing.
If the quarter penny sales tax, because the temporary penny sales tax ends the end of June, if somehow the quarter penny that has been sort of on the table gets back on the table, is there any way that and I say this with all the admiration in the world, the hardcore no more tax people like you and Alan Seabaugh and Barry Ivy, is there any way that the three of you could be in favor of that quarter penny? Is there any way that you guys could back that?
No, not any way, shape, or form. I mean, like I said, we're starting out the session roughly $498 million to the good, and those numbers could be better without having this special session. A lot of us felt it was very premature, but the governor called it. And he called it with a very narrow call because he wants the middle class dollars. He wants to get those compressed brackets back where they were when we had the fullest daily in play.
Pardon me, I was just going to say, when you say compressed brackets, that literally means raising the state income tax rate for a slew of people as much as 50%, right?
Yes, it could, absolutely, depending on what you make. And will fight tooth and nail. I've talked to so many people up here that you cannot let that happen. Now, there's not a bill that has that attached to it now, but there is a bill that can leave us if it's passed, and the Senate could amend that on there and then bring it back to us, and then have to fight to get the votes to kill it. That's why I want to kill it dead right away. That's why I wanted to kill it in Ways and Means, because there is no way that you can call that fair and right and good.
Dodie, if we have a $400 million deficit, as you just acknowledged, it might be at $400 million. What do you propose to solve that? I mean, the governor says he can't cut anymore.
Well, I don't know what he has cut. So let me just say, I don't know what other we still have a regular session to go to, and there are things different types of bills you can hear that would cause us to see increased in revenue, whether it's reforming, Lord, it would be a miracle, but updating our service delivery model with the Department of Health, or whether it's some type of reform measure that we pass. There's ways to bring in revenue. But what you do, Erin, is what we did last year, the Republicans, and prioritized the budget. We cut $200 million from it and fully funding TOPS at the same time and protecting waivers for our disabled. And we proposed a standstill budget with only spending 98% of the REC forecast. And the governor fought so hard, he finally killed it. we did that. We were trying to prepare for this, and we were prevented in doing so. So here we go.
Do things have to come out of the House today? Is this kind of the do or die day? The Senate needs some time to address them, right?
Right. I believe I think it does. What I fear is the longer we're here in this special session, the more time they have to twist arms of people who to get the votes that they need to get these income tax bills over to the Senate for them to, like I said, put those compressed brackets back on and send them back over. So that's the goal. And
it seems that there are, as always with this Democrat governor, still a lot of Republicans who are looking to get together with the Democrats and John Bell's minions and make a deal. And in this case, making the deal means higher income taxes for the people of Louisiana. That's got to trouble you as a conservative Republican.
It troubles me because of all the people all the people that work so hard and some 2 and 3 jobs. And it troubles me when our federal government has given us the biggest tax break in our history, and we want to go and take that from them. Only California has done that. And here we want to do that in Louisiana instead of learning to live within our means. Would it be hard? Would it hurt some programs to live within our means? It may, but you can prioritize those cuts and take care of our most vulnerable citizens. But if we are held hostage by any program, then they win and we lose. TOPS is TOPS with my district as many, but my constituents repeatedly, the majority, say do not raise taxes to keep it because it needs to be reformed so it can be sustained. So that's what I tell people. If you allow any governor to hold any program over your head, he's got you.
Yeah.
You cannot do that. You've got to stand on what is right and change the face of Louisiana and the way we govern. If we keep feeding the beast, we will never, ever be to what we need to be as a state and prosper.